Hi everybody, here's Christian from TeamworkCast.
And I'm David over from netrunners.co.uk.
And this is Netrunner with TeamworkCast. This is the 30th of August. This is Hiveworld, our local Netrunner store. And this is a regular game night kit tournament. And I'm here with a special guest here. Hi David, it's so nice to have you with us.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here with my fine German neighbours.
Oh, yes, indeed. So we have actually a lot of guests from the UK recently, and it's really exciting to have you guys here on board. And because, you know, I really am a great fan of your videos.
Thank you. I'm glad to hear there's at least one or two.
So it's yeah. I bet there's also some more here. All right. So the players we have today is me on the right, and I am playing NBN Making News, and on the left we have FFOX, which is Alex, who is the semi-champion of Germany at this point, fresh from the tournament, playing with his Andromeda deck.
Not the ideal matchup for you there, then I'm going to throw out.
Probably not, but it is not a usual NBN. On my first games that we saw, it wasn't doing so well, but hopefully now it will show what it's capable of.
I'm excited.
Yes, so we see standard opening here with me. I'm doing 2 eyes in front of R&D and HQ. And getting credit.
Ooh, double sure gamble, that'll do.
Oh, double sure gamble from...
It's late, it's alright, I understand.
Yeah, so from Andromeda, it's getting a lot of money here. Nice.
Not what you want to see.
Definitely not. And also I haven't seen a sweep, which is always a good start for
it's always the question of whether you mulligan forward in NBN or not. It's like, do you risk a poor hand, or do you kind of go for it and try and find the sweep?
Yeah, I always want the sweep. Oh, look at Alex here doing another economy card. He's really, really rich right now.
But no Desperado, so it's not the end of the world.
Yes. Also no security testing on anything either. No data suckers.
Oh, never mind.
More economy.
Yeah, that's his economy sorted for the game. I'm going to throw out there.
That's actually a deck that Alex built as a response to Near Earth Hub.
Right. Okay.
And so his idea was to get in Magnum Opus into Andy to get her the economy engine to trash something very, very quickly.
I've always liked Magnum Opus against HB, particularly. I think it's good to have that kind of money against the taxing setups.
Yeah, especially taxing is very good. But it's also, again, good to do early pressure to get rid of the Sand Sense, to get the money to get rid of Sand Sense.
Ooh.
I create a new server there, Protect with an Ice, and a Sneak Door Beta.
Surprised to see that so early.
Yeah, interesting.
Oh, well, paid.
Oh, and there we go. First agenda goes, breaking news. 1 point. Doing it again.
This is where he sees the mid-seasons and starts to cry.
Maybe already. But he does have a lot of money, so he's a little bit protected.
Yeah, that is true.
He spent a lot as well. And then he dirty laundries, I guess, on archives. Huh.
Yeah, he has spent 9 credits on his Magnum Opus and Sneak Door, certainly.
Yeah, a very expensive setup here. And of course his MU is full.
Nice.
Oh, and I score a Beal. It was there, hidden in the server there all along.
Just a shame it wasn't an Astro.
Yeah, it's just my luck, you know. Really not the kind of agenda you want to score early. You want to have an Astro, but yeah, you get what you take.
It was the right decision, given he put a Sneak Door Beta down the next turn, and he would have probably had it otherwise.
Yeah. And of course, I'm down to 3 credits. I haven't seen any economy card. It was also a bit of a bold move. If you would force me to rest all the stuff, then I would run out of money very quickly.
Oh, that's brave.
And we have
John
Masanori.
And I think that's a brave move, given that NBN Making News, particularly now NEH is out, is pretty much dedicated to tag punishment. You've got to be brave, I think, to put the Masanori down early there against Making News.
Yeah, that's true. But Alex, I saw him using John Masanori quite a lot. And so he's really fond of this card. It's really, it's really
it's great.
One of the only ways for criminals to get a lot of card draw in.
Yeah, I've recently gone for a Masanori Andromeda deck as well, and I mean Dave Hoyland, the UK national champ, is very, very fond of Masanori in it as well. Very strong.
So I install a card in that server and advance it once. Oh no! He runs twice on R&D and finds 2 agendas, Astroscript and Beal, up to 6 points now. Oh, it seems like this game will be over very quickly.
That's grim.
No, 5 points. And he also has an R&D interface out. That's how he could see all those 2 cards. He runs again to see the next 2 cards, but nothing there anymore. This game could have been over so quickly.
Yeah, it really could have. Like I said, that was very fortunate.
And there I go. I score the NAPD contract out of my hand. No, out of the server, obviously. I have to say I'm really fresh with this deck. I haven't played with this deck in a tournament before, so I'm doing maybe some plays which aren't the smartest plays there.
I'm thinking of taking a Making News Tag Storm deck to a tournament next week, actually. I think it's... there's the mid-seasons. Oh, I didn't have the money for it initially. That's a shame.
And Psychographics.
Oh.
He gets out an HQ interface, so that's how he was able to see 2 cards now. HQ interface and Sneak Door better, man. Like, he doesn't even need any breakers. He can just run on anything.
Although he has got to be concerned about the potential sort of face-checking a rotor at the moment with a Magnum Opus and a Sneak Door on the board.
Yeah, I don't have a rotor turret in my hand, in my deck, but that's something I've seen a lot of NBN players splashing in. Subliminal messaging getting out, helping me to get up money-wise, but still haven't seen any economy cards. Running on my hand again. Ooh.
Oh, I love information overload. It's,
it's
so good.
It's so good. It's seldom fires, but when it fires, it wins the game.
Absolutely. Complete board wipe. Brilliant.
Yeah. And the best thing about it is that it's not a destroyer, which is just ridiculous.
Suddenly every criminal starts running gingerbread just to try and deal with it.
Well, a fairy like this one works too.
Well, yeah, this is true. This is true. Although having to lose the Sneak Door beta, that's not insignificant. He's certainly wishing he saw his Desperado now.
Well, I'm icing Archives over anyway. Getting up money is I was really big in a big hole there and really need to get up again.
It's certainly not what you want to see across the table from you with, like I say, Magnum Opus down and R&DI and an HQI. It's pretty grim.
Yeah, and also now a Corroder, so now he can break sentries and barriers. Is that a code gate? That would be nice.
Hey!
Yay, it is a code gate! Wondery.
Yeah, that'll do.
And now he gets a tag, and now he has to remove the tag, which is kind of... That's the problem with John Masanori. It's kind of difficult to face check stuff if you don't have a solution for everything.
Absolutely right. And again, I say against Making News, where you typically do have a lot of ways of punishing tags, either in the form of closed accounts or even scorched earth. It's you have got to be careful, certainly.
I mean, the simplest thing you can do is just trash John Masanori.
Well, of course.
Which I forgot often enough. All right, icing up our R&D HQ even more, even though I haven't even rest anything there.
Always good to stop the account siphons.
Yeah, always good to have at least one unrest ice on HQ, just in case.
Absolutely.
Alright, he runs on HQ. I'm thinking about what to res. Oh, he's thinking about if he really wants to do this.
What click is he on last click?
Is he? I think he's first click.
Okay.
Oh no, it was his last click after all.
Yeah,
he just got a credit. Yeah, that would be too risky because he could have gotten a tag, and then that could have been a game over with this deck.
Yep.
Scorch Earth. What am I saying? Hedge fund. Scorch Earth. Not yet.
But that's good though. You mean you weren't forced to res ice there. And were able to go into a hedge fund and subliminal messaging. So I mean that's strong.
Yes. Getting up money wise here. I'm at 10 credits, which is good. Still not out-moneying him though. He still has it's difficult to count those tokens that he's using. He's using the Team Covenant tokens.
He's got Magnum Opus. He has infinity money, effectively.
Yeah,
really.
Technically yes. But sometimes even Magnum Opus player can be caught off guard.
It's I don't really like Magnum Opus against replicating perfection. It's very click intensive, and against RP,
that's true.
Rough.
I do Arc of Memories to get back the hedge fund and play the hedge fund again, because I'm really starving for money right now, and I really need to get my economy up.
Archive Memories, what a great card, so flexible.
So good. People forgot about this, I think, a little bit. Like, for example, if you're like running Scorched Earth, you can always just run Scorched Earth and Archive Memories, so you can get automatically back to Scorched Earth, and so you can like reduce the number of Scorched Earth you have.
Yep.
And get some more utility out of your other operations.
Yeah, it allows you to dump cards like mid-season's replacements as well, and potentially wait until they score one to get it out. It allows a lot of flexibility with your hand.
Yeah, it's incredible. And of course, in such a case, it's great if you're starving for economy, you can always get a backup economy. I mean, it's not the best case solution for this, but it's better than not having it, right?
I mean, particularly because 5 credits is very dangerous for the Corp.
Alright, he's running on HQ, and I res a pop-up window there, and I res a second card, which is a wraparound. And he can break it for 1 credit now, so it's not that great. I'm not exactly sure why I res the wraparound. But I guess taxing me a little bit is nice. Now, of course, he can account siphon me.
He's just looking for his code gate breaker, I think, and he's good to go.
Yeah, pretty much. He's also looking, I guess, for his console because he's full with MU right now. So he really needs the Desperado out. He also is aware that there's mid-seasons coming up, so he makes sure that he has his money is high enough to withstand it.
Although I guess with him being on 5 points of agendas at this point, mid-seasons isn't too much of a threat.
That's true. Like the only way I could play mid-seasons is through if he scored
breaking news.
Breaking news, yes. So that's the problem with mid-seasons. Like at some point it doesn't work anymore. Like the threat doesn't work anymore. Same thing with Punitive Counter-Strike.
Yep. Yeah, if they see a 3-pointer, that sucks.
Alright, I'm installing an ice in that server. Or not in ice, I installed a card in that server. Oh, there we have a code gate breaker.
Brilliant.
And he even trashes the Magnum Opus for this.
Trashing a Magnum Opus for Peacock.
Now he can see 2 cards from R&D, and none of these are agendas. There is one thing that he thinks about trashing. I'm guessing it's a Sansan. No, it's a Jackson Howard.
And Peacock isn't strictly terrible anymore. I mean, certainly it deals with Lotus Field in a fairly decent way. Inazuma as well. It's not quite as bad.
It's the least worst of those bad. I mean, it's not Aurora bad, you know.
No,
it's one level above it. And sometimes when you're low on influence, it's a good splash. Of course, these days you have the dogs.
All about the dogs.
So yeah, I guess most people would prefer the dogs instead of Peacock. Account siphon, but I did manage to install an ice on the front, so it won't stop him, obviously, but at least it will.
It's difficult here, isn't it? You're sort of sat on 11 credits. It's like, do you just take the 5 credit hit, or do you res ice?
Caduceus.
That's a nice call. Well, again, breaking the ferry to go through a Caduceus is not great.
Yeah. If he doesn't break it, I have a way to, pump my credits into, I guess, but I don't want to lose all my credits. Yeah, alright, so he uses the ferry to break the Caduceus, and then everything else goes as planned. And he gets 2 tags, and he gets 10 credits. I lose 5 credits.
Yeah, that Caduceus is going to cause him problems long term, I think, at this stage.
Yeah, he really needs to get out a Sentry Breaker, a real Sentry Breaker.
And it's so good in making news.
Oh yeah, definitely, because you always have the extra credits for the traces. That's the ability of NBA making news. So it often turns out to be like a big pop-up window.
Indeed.
Although secretly, I have this belief. that Power Tap is a good card.
Hey, there's going to be cards like that for everyone, you know. Cards that I mean, I want Exploratory Romp to be a great card only because the art on it's fantastic. But I'm still waiting for that moment.
I just want to have a deck that uses Power Tap, and then situation like this where I can just crash into a Caduceus and get 6 credits with 3 Power Taps out.
Nice. Happy-go-lucky Netrunner land.
That would be great. Like, I'm doing it 3 times in a row. 24 credits for me. Thank you very much.
Yeah, if I was your opponent at that point, I would probably just shake your hand and say, "Good game, you deserve the win."
Alright, and icing up, trying to play the Glacier style. You know, I just came off playing HB for the last 3 tournaments or so, so I'm trying to play this HB, NBN like HB. Obviously not doing so well. I mean, but at this point, you know, he has a almost full breaker suite out. So, you know, playing your ice and making sure whatever runs he gets are as taxing as possible is probably the only way to go.
Absolutely. And he's lost his Magnum Opus as well now, so, you know, potentially he could start crashing and burning.
Yes, and he still has 2 tags, he's floating them.
Here comes to close the counts.
That would be great.
A lot of people don't see it coming, and it really can swing a game.
Yeah, it is. It's still such a good tag punishment. I'm also curious that Bad Times turns out to be not such a popular tag punishment.
It is expensive.
And it's often like, it doesn't really trash that much.
No, I agree.
Like in this case, it wouldn't actually trash anything.
It sounds like it's going to be a lot more tag punishment coming up in future data packs, so it's all looking very exciting for NBN making news, I dare say.
Yeah, definitely. Even though the big expansion is also still out for them for such a long time, they're getting some really good cards. Also, good tag punishment, Shoot the Moon.
Yes, indeed, that's going to be very strong.
All the cards.
Indeed. I get to res things for free. Fantastic. Surprised that he didn't go and get a Mimic then, unless he's not running one.
I wonder about that as well. But yeah, he gets out Fairy and runs on the R&D there. He encounters a Data Pike. It's a bit expensive to break with a Peacock. I guess 4 credits at least, right?
So it's 4 to res, and you gain 2 if it hits.
No, it's 2 separate teams, and Peacock.
Oh, sorry, yes,
for 2.
Sorry, in terms of the break, it's not cheap.
So it's 4 to break, and he sees 2 cards, but it's nothing of importance. He says everything is horrible. What I'm saying. After the initial bad luck, I guess I'm lucky with the X. Oh, nice! There is a closed accounts.
Perfect.
Will I play it? Oh, I'm just getting 3 credits. I'm daring him to spend the 4 credits to remove the tags, I guess.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I guess you don't have a lot of money to actually score out. What you want to do is open up a scoring window with the closed accounts so that you can actually score an agenda, and you don't have the ability to do that yet.
Yeah, it's like kind of like, I think I'm in a weird situation. Of course, again, I'm not very experienced with this deck. I'm maybe doing a lot of mistakes. I'm just learning right now.
So I think it's probably the right call not to play it. I say, if you had a way of installing into a remote and scoring it out, then I think it would be, you should definitely close the counts. But at this stage, you don't really gain a lot from it, to be honest. Yeah,
you kind of want to have like a, you want to create a scoring window for this.
Absolutely.
And there we see the security testing. Second security testing, by the way.
I guess again he's tagged, so he knows he's got to put 2 down if he doesn't want to get them trashed.
That's actually the first one I ever saw somebody playing 2 security testings, and Alex will do some interesting stuff with both security testings now. I remember that moment distinctly. So using those tokens here, those power tokens, to signify what servers are security tested.
It's a good way of doing it.
It's a count siphon. I'm at 5 credits. That's perfect for him right now.
It is. Yeah, you can't res a Sansan to offset the cost either.
I do get 1 credit for the toll booth.
Oh, of course. Oh, yeah. No, so you could absolutely. Yeah, you go through the pop-up window, doesn't he?
Yeah, toll booth. I always mistaking pop-up window for toll booth for some reason. I don't know why. Toll booth sounds more like what pop-up window does, you know?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Like paying 1 fee.
Everyone's got to love pop-up window.
Indeed, such a great ice. Even pub doesn't compare. Alright, he runs on that server there. I'm not pressing anything because it's just security tested. That's what the great thing about security testing. As a corporation, you feel like, it doesn't really damage me, so maybe I'm not pressing. Of course, I can't press anyway.
And again, I think it's a very good way of punishing NEH as well, security testing. You always usually leave lots of remotes undefended, and so you can security test them, make lots of money, trash the assets, and cause NEH some problems. If you can stop that initial Sansan from being rezzed, you can stop NEH effectively, and it's just about making sure they can't score from a hand.
And that's true. Oh, he's running on the other server, and there's another pop-up window. So he loses 1 credit, but gets 2 at this point. Yes, 2. He still doesn't have this Desperado. Wow. I wonder if he's even playing one.
Possibly.
There's a Jackson Howard being rezzed.
Looking for those sweeps weeks, I would imagine.
I'm looking for. I don't know exactly what I'm looking for. I don't know what card would be good right now. Sweepstake would be nice, certainly. But you know, what is the long-term plan for me here? I guess getting down a Sansan and scoring AstroScript.
I mean, despite your ice being quite cheap, it's very taxing to break on HQ and R&D, so you're not in a bad position at all there. I mean, you can't get through the Caduceus, and the data pike is costing him an arm and a leg to get through, so it's not the worst.
On the other hand, he only needs 1 2-point agenda to win the game, so... and he sees 2 cards on HQ and R&D. Oh, there is the Sentry Breaker. Where does the fan token go? Yes,
that's
data
the right
pike.
call.
And yeah, like that's an unusual fem target, because usually it's like, you know, just for 2 credits you break it and it's good. But with Peacock, that's kind of like the weakness of Peacock being demonstrated here right now. On the other hand, like code gates with multiple subroutines are actually quite rare.
Yeah, and typically, I mean, again, you kind of got your Enigma, your data pikes, and then up the scale, you've got your Inazuma, which can do some real damage. So you do have to be careful. Oh, there's Desperado at last.
And there is Desperado indeed, and then he runs on Archives. It's security tested and gets those 3 credits. Ah, those sweet 3 credits. So he doesn't have a Magnum Opus, but that's still fine. He can still turn a click into 3 credits now. Getting up credits, installing more ice.
Looking for that last agenda.
Yeah, he's relentless.
Certainly with the Jackson Howard on the board, you've got to suspect there's probably a couple of agendas in Archives.
There must be, right? On the other hand, if I'm looking for an agenda, then maybe I would have popped it previously. He's thinking about where to put his security testing tokens.
Yeah, probably. Again, he's probably suspecting you're not going to res the ice on the remote there. You probably want the money more you do than he does, so it's not a bad call.
But what if it's another pop-up window, right?
Indeed.
Alright, he security tests that Archives. And then he does a regular run on Archives. No, first on R&D. So he gets, for 2 credits he gets through the data pike. As cheap as it gets. I guess no, cheaper would be Aug. And sees 2 cars.
There it is.
There we go. It's a game over.
Difficult. Like I say, you were getting locked out there of R&D. I think as soon as the Femme Fatale went down, it was going to be a challenge. Yeah,
I guess the smartest move I did was scoring those 2 agendas out as soon as I could. I mean, it put me financially in a bad position, but you know, that's the only agendas I could score all day, all game.
And like I said before, you know, the mid-seasons has a very specific timing window. If you don't see the mid-seasons and have the money for it at the right time, it quickly becomes null and void, and I think that was the problem there, certainly. Yeah,
he really had a huge economic advantage early game, and I didn't have any economic advantage early game, and that really sealed the deal. That really made my mid-seasons play impossible. Not that the deck cannot do any other things, but yeah, it was very difficult to recover afterwards. All right, we're going to move to the second game, but this is the end of this video. So, David, where can people find your stuff?
So we're over at netrunners.co.uk. We also have our YouTube channel with a whole bunch of casts where I waffle on endlessly about Netrunner. So yeah, feel free to visit us on the forums, Twitter, anywhere really. Just search for netrunners.co.uk. We'll be there.
Yes, there's lots of excellent stuff there to find. And so, David, are you familiar with Hackers, the movie Hackers?
I haven't seen it, I'm afraid, which is probably...
You haven't seen it?
I know, it's probably blasphemy in the Netrunner community, unfortunately, but no, I haven't seen it, I'm afraid.
Oh man, that's something that you really have to... I'm gonna give you a tease. Hack the planet! Hack the planet!
Shut up and get in the car!
You sold me already.
Oh, and one more thing. The excellent people from the German website Netrunners HQ and the German podcast Meta Arena have provided us with some excellent prizes to distribute among our listeners. And we thought, instead of distributing the prizes among, for example, the comments on our own videos, we decided it would be even better if we started a hashtag to promote Netrunner among those people who aren't playing Netrunner yet. So we encourage you to use the hashtag #GetNetrunner to promote Netrunner among people who aren't playing Netrunner yet. You can post them videos that you like, or funny things that you like, or generally just talk about how awesome Netrunner is. And if you're lucky, we will randomly select posts, and you will get a chance to get a data pack, the Up and Over data pack, or the big expansion, the Honor and Profit expansion in German. So again, the hashtag is #GetNetrunner, and you can use it on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. And we will randomly pick a post after this series is over, after this tournament over, which is going to be the 8th video from this series. So go out there and hack the planet.